Yeah, Darrell, live on BBC Radio Bristol. Thoughts on what you saw tonight?
It was always going to be a bit of a strange game tonight, to be honest with you. Mixed it in, put some youngsters in there, bit of a throw together team for different reasons. One or two earning the opportunity, one or two senior boys needing some minutes under their belt. I thought first off we controlled a lot of the game without creating the opportunities. With our final ball was lacking a little bit. Second half, Exeter were a lot stronger than ourselves.
If you park the result, which boxes of the performance were ticked for you?
It was, I don't name names, but it was like every time you play a game, there's 3 or 4 that impressed me on the night. Thought did pretty well, but I just thought final area, final third of the pitch where we worked it well first half, second half. We just give the ball away or not strong enough in our hold up areas and being really slack when we're having to do too much defending when it's like that. So it's that first regain or the first contact at the top end of the pitch or the awareness to find the right pass to get your moves flowing, and we weren't any good at that for me tonight for large periods of it.
Is it a big plus to give Tariq half an hour?
Brilliant, delighted. You could see even with the touches that he had, that was a massive plus. You could see, I know he's going to be a very talented boy. We've got to be a little bit careful with him. But tonight he's going to get fitter and stronger with every training session. The lad needs a bit of luck now, for the next month or two, trying to stay clear of injuries. But it's certainly nice to have him part of the group. And a special mention to Zane Walker. He's 16 years old tonight. I thought he showed some great touches first half, made good decisions. Really pleased for the kid. 50 minutes, he was always going to play 50-55 minutes, and I thought he did really well.
With the young boys, do you encourage them to take risks rather than play safe and secure all the time?
Listen, we encourage to take risks and to hit right areas. What I will say is, and I've just said it to my lads in there, is that young lads now have to seize an opportunity because they're 10 a penny. And I mean that in the greatest respect now, but there's so many young lads in the game now, they have to learn, and they have to learn quick, because a lot of players fall by the wayside, and I don't say it to be big-headed at all, but for the 8 years I've been a manager, not one player I've released from a club has bit me on the backside. Not one player, and I've seen thousands, and I've managed hundreds of players, and no one's come back to bite me. So we're giving them the best.
So that says your adjustment.
No. What I'm saying to you there is what we do is we give them the best tools to try and improve, to try and make the grade, to become players. And you haven't made it in this game until you played 100 games, by the way, in my opinion. And we give them the tools to do that, but they've got to learn. They've got to learn quick, because it is a ruthless business that we're in, and they have to seize opportunities like tonight.
Well, Keith made the point on the way down in the car. I think Chelsea got nearly 40 players out on loan, so the clubs at the top can flood the market further down. Can't they?
Listen, they certainly can, but we want to be producing our own players. We set the 23s up on a limited budget. It's a cheap budget, but it's worked. Kells has come in this season, done well. Luke Russ has never let me down, like he didn't again tonight. We're getting 1 or 2 players coming through that we're hoping are going to be real good assets for us, but they've got to keep improving. It's one of those for me, because they're still not the finished article. They're not going to be a finished article for a long time, but they have to hit the highs that we need to be hitting.
And the more you develop, the more money you save for the club, because you're developing your own is far cheaper than buying them.
And it is, and it's something. You look at the likes of the team, against Barnet, Tom Lockyer, Ollie Clarke, the lads that came through the system here, and then we're getting 1 or 2 through the system here. Then a lot of lads still at the club that was with me 4 years ago in non-league as well. So we're trying to produce, we're trying to improve, and keep working hard. We're pleased to be in the next round of the comp. That happened before tonight's game. We're disappointed that we couldn't see it out tonight.
Just one more on Tariq. Would it be a slow burner from him to get more minutes?
We'll just to see how things going. He obviously needs match minutes and match fitness. He's going to need a couple more games before I, consider him for first team action as such. For league and games. But we've got loads of games coming up, and that's going to be good.
And the one thing I suppose is that tonight you haven't had to play players who you would now expect to be selecting for.
No, it was important. Look, I was saying it to my staff before, with the FA Cup replay coming in, and was already guaranteed to be in this round. I think it's going to be 6-7 games in the next 3 weeks. So we've got to be careful. We picked up a couple of injuries with Broadbent, Upson, and Rodman. In training, nothing too serious, but we've got to be careful of that. We're not a big squad. We have got the 23s behind that, but a lot of them are falling short a little bit at the minute. So we've got to be careful of what we put in and what we put in tonight.
Any of those 3 have a chance for Saturday?
You know me very well, Ian. That's something I won't tell you.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Cheers.